Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is Kodeations coming at you today with another video. I hope everybody's having a fantastic weekend. Today it is Sunday for me, so if you're watching this video in the future, just to give you something to reference, today we are taking a look at Tartarus or Tartarus or however you pronounce it, devs in this game. It's basically Tartarus, so Tartarus as all one word, or Tartarus for two words, whatever you feel like saying. If you want to, feel free to correct me in the comments down below and let me know exactly what the pronunciation is technically supposed to be. But anyways, that's what we're going to take a look at today. I've had some beginner players ask me to do a small guide on it. I have been running it a little bit here and there. I know that some of the higher end level R players have been badgering me about running this more, as you get pretty good rewards from this. It's actually probably one of the best, if not the best place to buy scrolls or other resources and stuff due to the massive discount that those items get. So without further ado, let's check it out. Alrighty, and we are back, ladies and gentlemen. So we are taking a look at the Tartarus today, so which is this icon or this item in the far right corner of your game screen. It's as far as your game screen can go. This, I believe, is level 72 that you have to hit in game in order to unlock it. So to confirm this, let's go ahead, hop over to a lower level account really quick. And we're going to take a look at it real quick, just so I can tell you exactly what the level requirement is for those new players that are out there in the game, because that's very important. So as you can see here, yep, I was correct. It is level 72. So we will go ahead and swap back to our server here, because I want to give you guys a full rundown on the Tartarus, or whatever you want to call it. I absolutely hate the name. I wish they could just, I don't know, name it like the Taurus or something, like something a little bit easier to say. But maybe I'm saying it correct, the Tartarus. So clicking on the Tartarus here, we are taking a look. So the first thing you're going to be prompted when this reset is up in the top right hand corner. You've got 31 hours and 40 minutes and 12 seconds left at this current moment in the game. And this is a global cooldown, right? So this is going to be something that you guys are going to have to keep in mind, that this cooldown will always be the same. So when the Tartarus is not available for you, it is not available for the other players in this game on that server or whatever. So with that being the case, you will see that when you start it up. So like within, I don't know, 40 hours from now, this will not be available. You'll click on it. It'll have a little time window popped up with some aprons, and it'll basically say, or curtains or whatever, and it'll basically say, not available until whatever, and it'll have a countdown thing. So once it opens up though, and you were sitting here, you'll be prompted to add your 5 heroes. There'll be 4 little boxes up here with plus signs on them. You click on the plus sign buttons and you add your heroes. Now, one could argue that you would put your 5 best heroes in here to further progress. One would argue to put 5 different elements in here. So put 1 fortress, 1 grave, 1 savage, 1 forest, and then, a heaven or hell hero. One could argue that. Again, it's going to be preference, really, to be honest with you. My core team has 3 fortress characters or heroes on it. I do have a 1 high level grave, and I do have a high level savage. So for me, I throw these in here. I've seem to have done well with these. So it's nothing too fancy or major. Just throw what you have in there. I mean, if you're just a beginning on this game, or you are only like level 72 to basically unlock this, you might not have the luxury of selecting and picking and choosing, what you want to put in there. And instead, you're just going to end up defaulting to the, top 5 heroes that you have available. So keep that in mind. It's not a big deal. Another thing you're going to see on the screen is in the top left hand corner here, you'll have your question mark icon. I know a lot of people don't want to read this, but basically we're going to go through it really quick. So the Tartarus lasts for 48 hours each time and starts again after another 48 hours. So as you can see here, it's going to be available for 48 hours. Once the 48 hours is up, it will be unavailable for 48 hours. You will deploy 1 to 5 heroes in the Tartarus. You cannot change these heroes once you have display or deployed them. So that is going to be a key thing to note, ladies and gentlemen. When you start up the Tartarus, for the first time within that 48 hours, it's going to ask you to pick the 5 player or heroes you want to throw in there. You cannot swap these out for that 48-hour mark, okay? So that is going to be huge. Be sure to watch out for that. Enemies appear randomly in each stage. Click on the enemy to check its information. You can select one hero to battle that thing. We'll get into that in a second. You can select to skip the battle or not. The status of both the enemies and your heroes will remain unchanged after each battle. Win the battle and you will get whatever, you know, the rewards it says. Elixirs have different cure effects, battle buffs, blah, blah, blah. Every 50 levels are counted as a node. Clear a node to make it a save point. Okay, guys, this is going to be an important part. After you complete 50 levels, and you can see that by right here, your stage level. If you've never played it before, you'll be on stage 1. Once you complete 50 of those, that counts as a save point. So then what that means is when your Tartarus goes down for that 48-hour mark where it's unavailable, when it comes back, if you've hit level 50, you'll start at level 50, right? So you don't continue going back down to level 1. So it's very, very important for best practices for the Tartarus to make sure to hit that milestone, right? So like if you are at level 70 or stage 75, right, but you think you could get to stage, 100, then it's going to be imperative, to try to push to get to that 100 stage before the reset timer. Otherwise, because what's going to happen is it's going to throw you back to level 50, for instance, or stage 50 instead of 75. So then you're going to have to reclimb those levels back up, okay? So that's going to be something to keep in mind. Every 50 levels, this counts as a save point. You automatically smash to the last save point, for rewards, and the next time you enter the Tartarus, entering a node uncleared will lead you to the first stage of it. Okay, so we understand that. It's very self-explanatory. You load your 5 characters in here. You're going to get this option. You're going to be on stage 1 or whatever stage that you are on, and you're going to click the battle button, right? So when you click the battle button, obviously it's like every single battle option in this game currently where you have to watch the battle, right? So you click the battle button, you watch the battle. However, they did add the skip button feature in here. So if you think that you're going to go ahead and, smash through this just fine, I would advise just clicking the skip button, at least until, your heroes start taking quite a bit of damage or whatever. And then maybe you can try to hope to use some of your elixirs over here, which we'll go over in a second, to potentially, watch the battle play out, and hopefully RNG, is on your side, of course. RNGesus, we love you. So basically, that kind of sums up exactly what this is. So these guys over here to the left are like goddesses, I guess is what they call them in this game. So what these are like boons, right? If you've ever played other games where they give you like buffs or like passive buffs, as you complete stages in the Tartarus, you will unlock, you will be given these specific goddesses, right? And so what they'll do is, as you can see here, this says increase attack by 9% for all heroes, increase critical by 3% for all heroes, and increase crit damage by 11% for all heroes. Again, these are just nothing too crazy, but they are going to give you some overtime buffs and boons, that you can use that will carry on. So the further you progress into the tower, the more of these that you will get, and the higher stats that they will provide for you. So keep that in mind. These are going to be important. I don't think I have not been able to pick these. These are just what you're going to get from completing levels automatically. Another thing you're going to see in the bottom right hand corner right here is going to be 200 diamonds, ladies and gentlemen. The 200 diamonds is a revival elixir that will revive all of your heroes for 100% of HP. Okay. It's hard because I always, for a free-to-play account, I always advise people to not spend diamonds, right? Like just, steer clear from spending diamonds. You want to save the diamonds for most important things. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is one of those potential important things. If you are at level 48, the timer's about to reset, you're not going to have enough time to spend in this game, and your heroes die, then yes, I would recommend popping 200 diamonds, get your heroes back, push forward for those 2 more levels to hit that milestone or that save point of level 50. So then that way, when this thing resets and comes back, you will automatically start on level 50, and you do not have to climb those first 50 levels, okay? So keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to be at your discretion, okay? Now, the next thing you're going to see on your screen in the bottom left-hand corner is going to be your elixirs. So the red, obviously, is going to be what? A health potion. Exactly. It's going to recover 20% of your HP for the hero deployed. So when you click the use button, you will be able to select, or I guess it depends on whatever hero you have selected. Obviously, I don't need it right now. But if I did, I would be able to select my hero, and then it will place it on there. The next one is going to be what? What do you think it is? It's going to be energy, right? So, or in other words, in other games, blue always is mana. So it's going to be energy elixir. So recovers 50% of the max HP and gains 100 points of energy for the hero deployed. So that's going to be awesome. That's another elixir you need to keep an eye out and use when your heroes are needing it. Your energy level is going to be the blue bar underneath your green health bar, as you can see right here. So the more your heroes battle, the higher your energy bar goes up. So you're going to need to pop some of those when it gets low. The purple here is going to be a omnipotent elixir. So recovers the HP recovers 100% of the max HP for the hero deployed. So it's going to basically be an ultimate, health pot. So when you look here, you got a recovery. It only recovers 20%. The purple, as you can see, I only have one, but it's going to recover 100% of HP for that specific hero. Okay, so let's get right down and dirty to it. What are we looking at? So it's very, very simple. So like I said, you can click the skip button. I've placed these heroes in here. A good practice, in my opinion, if you are going to do the elemental advantage thing, because it does give you that buff, that faction buff, is so since he is like Grave, right, and this is a fortress character, knowing that is going to be important. But so you could do that. I mean, you could swap around, and say, well, this guy is stronger than this guy, right, or this element stronger than this element. But at the end of the day, it's kind of easy to just burn through this and kind of get the levels that you can achieve. I assume some of the higher level characters would have a better strategy, or have a hardcore strategy, or the whales have like a hardcore strategy for this. But for a lot of us free to play players, it's going to be one of those things where you're just going to burn the health, I guess is what I would look at it. Try to get your stages. You're going to click the battle button. Obviously, we beat him. We're going to click OK. You can see that my hero's energy has went away. You can see that the bar or his health bar had went down. This is a hell unit, so we're just going to continue doing just like this. Now, this is plain and simple, right? This is literally how you're going to end up doing this in the long run, right? As you get into higher level stages, you're going to burn your health faster, as you can see right here. So that's where I could use this purple pot, right, if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. And the reason why I'm not going to is because I'm nowhere near like stage 50, right? So I'm going to swap over. We'll use another character for the time being, and just kind of progress that way. So that kind of gives you an understanding of exactly how the battle and the skip battle button goes. Another really important feature, and probably the most important feature of this thing that's going to finish off for this video, is going to be in the top right hand corner. You're going to see the store, the Tartarus store, or they don't really call it that. It's kind of like a secret dealer, I guess, is the way I would kind of look at this, right? So, all right, what are we looking at? So you've got a normal, a rare, an epic section of this store, okay? And what that means is when you clear some of the lower level early stages of the game, it's got a chance to, add an item to this list, right? And so it can either add a normal item to buy, a rare item to buy, or an epic item to buy, with diamonds, of course, or gold, or whatever it has here. So it's kind of one of those things where it's at your discretion. You can do what you would like to do, but the normal section, in my opinion, does not seem to be appealing. And what I mean by that is, as you can see, one heroic or rare summoning scroll is still 175 diamonds, right? So again, that is going to be, I'm pretty sure that's default of what it is from the actual market. When you go to the market here, and you look here, or at least for me, that's what it is. It's 175 for the summoning scrolls. So to me, that is not worth it, right? Why would I come in here and spend it here if I can just spend it in the market? So it's not going to be worth it. The second thing is when you go to the rare section, when these items spawn in here, or when you complete a level and an item lands in here, it's going to have a little bit of a better face value, right? So it's going to, your pricing is going to be a little bit better. That's going to be in the rare. And then your epic is where you're going to get the ultimate deals, right? So for 500 diamonds, I can buy 20 of these magic coins, which I would not suggest doing, but you could. And then also 3,000 diamonds will give me a automatic 5-star from the forest factions. So again, that's not a bad buy. I mean, if you had 300 or 3,000 diamonds saved up, you're looking for that, 5-star forest hero. There's only, 4 or 5 of them that you can get. This might not be a bad option, but some of the items will be in here will be some of these rare summon scrolls. So if you see here in the epic section, there might be some rare summon scrolls in here. I only have 2 items in here for now, so of course I can't show you all of those deals at this time, but that gives you guys a better understanding of exactly what it is. So some people will argue that the different the Tartarus section in this game is actually going to be the most lucrative and the best place to buy your scrolls. So when you look here, you've got 600 diamonds for 4 scrolls, or your summoning hall. You should never be buying any of these from your summoning hall. It is not advised. Okay, so that is going to be it for me, guys. I hope that you found some value in this video. This is going to be the Tartarus. If you guys have any comments or anything that you'd like to add, please let me know down below. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell if that's something that you're into 2020 style. I will see you guys on the next video.